Welcome back to Chapter 2 of our series, Modern Dating: Find Connection Without Losing Yourself. In this episode, titled Know What You Want: Clarity Before You Swipe, we're diving into the importance of defining your personal relationship goals. Understanding what you truly want can make all the difference in your dating journey, so let's get started. The typical Tinder user makes over 100 swipes in a single sitting, often without being able to say what they're actually looking for. You're scrolling faces, your thumb is flying, matches pop up, and yet your brain is quietly asking, okay, but to what end? You don't walk into a grocery store, toss random ingredients into your cart, and hope a meal appears when you get home. Yet that's exactly how most people approach modern dating, collecting chats, matches, and first dates without a clear recipe for the kind of connection they actually want. High-choice environments like apps reward reactiveness, who's nearby, who's hot, who just liked you, rather than reflection. But relationship science keeps finding the same thing. People who pause to define their values, needs, and limits up front tend to feel less burned out and more confident saying both yes and no. Instead of asking, do they like me? They're quietly asking, do they fit the life I'm intentionally building? That shift from being chosen to consciously choosing is where real traction starts. Think about what happens when you skip lunch. By 4 p.m., almost anything in the vending machine looks good enough. Dating without clarity works the same way. When you're emotionally hungry, you start saying yes to whatever's in front of you, not what actually nourishes you. Research on goal setting and motivation shows that when your brain doesn't have a clear target, it falls back on shortcuts, looks, proximity, who messaged first. In app culture, that default gets amplified. The result? Lots of options, but very little alignment, and a nagging sense that you're busy but not getting anywhere. Here's the quiet trap. Most people say they want something real, but if you press them, okay, what does real mean for you specifically? The answers get fuzzy fast. That fuzziness is exactly where burnout, situationships, and how did I end up here again patterns breed. Relationship research points to 3 layers of clarity that actually matter. First, core needs. These are the psychological nutrients you require to feel loved and secure. Things like emotional responsiveness, reliability, intellectual stimulation, affection, or space. Attachment research shows that people who can name these needs early are better at spotting partners who consistently meet them, instead of being dazzled by people who only meet them occasionally. Second, values. Not preferences, values. A preference is likes hiking. A value is prioritizes health and movement. A preference is works in tech. A value is curious and growth-oriented. Values tell you how someone moves through the world, how they handle conflict, treat service workers, spend money, talk about exes, respond to stress. Over time, shared or compatible values predict satisfaction far more than shared hobbies. Third, parameters. Not a 57-point checklist, but a few clear bounds. Life stage, kids or no kids, relationship structure, monogamy, non-monogamy, deal-breaker behaviors, substance abuse, chronic lying, and logistics you truly can't work around, never wants to relocate, doesn't want commitment within the next few years. Goal-setting research suggests that constraints like these aren't limiting. They actually free up mental energy by removing options that were never going to work. This is where people often panic. Won't being specific make me pickier and lonely? Evidence suggests the opposite. When your internal criteria are vague, you invest in almost compatible people and drag out mismatches. When they're grounded in needs and values, you filter sooner, not from arrogance, but from self-respect. One useful way to test your clarity is with dateable versus compatible. Lots of people are dateable, fun, attractive, interesting for a night or a month. Far fewer are compatible with the life you want next year or 5 years from now. Clarity means you're not just asking, could I have a good time with this person? But, does a shared life with them make emotional and practical sense? Consider how 3 different people might approach clarity. Alex decides their core need is emotional steadiness. They're drawn to intense chemistry, but now they treat consistent communication like a green flag and hot then cold as a quiet no, even if the attraction is strong. Dating slows down, but their anxiety drops. Jordan realizes a top value is generosity, not just with money, but with time and attention. On dates, they start noticing small data points. Do they ask follow-up questions? Do they make space for other people's preferences? Suddenly, great banter isn't enough if everything revolves around the other person. Sam gets clear on parameters, wants kids, isn't open to long distance, and needs someone already doing some personal growth work. That doesn't become a 10-paragraph manifesto. It gently shapes app filters, first date questions, and how quickly they move on. Many options disappear earlier, but the ones that remain feel qualitatively different. Less like auditions, more like alignment checks. Clarity won't stay static. As your life shifts, so will your why for dating. The real skill is updating your inner criteria as honestly as you update your apps. Think of it like tuning an instrument. You don't rebuild the guitar every time. You make small, precise adjustments so it stays in harmony with how you actually live now. Expect future tools to nudge this along. Mood logs, micro-reflections after dates, even AI that surfaces patterns you've been avoiding. Clarity here isn't a final verdict. It's more like learning to taste your own cooking. At first you just know edible or gross. Over time you notice, too much salt, not enough heat. This actually feels good in my body. As you date, keep refining that inner palate. The point isn't perfection. It's knowing, with growing honesty, what truly nourishes you. Try this experiment. Before you open any dating app today, set a 10-minute timer and voice record yourself answering 3 questions out loud. What kind of relationship do I actually want in the next 12 months? What kind of lifestyle do I want my partner to fit into? And what behaviors are absolute deal breakers for me based on my last relationship? Then, open your app and swipe for just 15 minutes, but only right swipe on people whose profiles clearly match what you just said out loud. Age, relationship intention, lifestyle clues, communication style. Notice at the end, did you swipe slower, feel calmer or pickier? And do the people in your Matches tab actually look more aligned with what you said you wanted? This was Owl Up, your daily step forward. To keep learning with structured courses and more insights, go to owlup.co. Until tomorrow!